God will forgive us if we forgive others. Part 3 of 9 on Between Master and Disciples. Held in English.
Nắng chia nửa bãi chiều rồi, vườn hoàng trinh nữ xếp đôi lá sầu, rơi buồn con nhện răng mau, em ơi hãy ngủ anh hầu.
The thing is, I was so upset with this man. He was very kind and he treated me so nicely and gentlemanly. But it's just that his first question was, "Where do you come from?" That put me off. He was driving his car and I was sitting next to him. I felt the space became too small. I wanted to escape, I felt very, very upset. Yeah. So I talked in a very loud voice to him. Later, I apologized, that. But I don't think I'm ready for anything. I'm very sorry. You're a very nice guy, and I shouldn't have talked to you in such a voice like that. But I answered that question many thousands or millions of times already. I just thought I needed a break, Yeah. Number one, there's something inside me that didn't like to say that I came from Vietnam, that I am from Vietnam. Because after the war, millions of refugees escaped from Vietnam, went on this rickety, very rotten boats and died or were raped and robbed at sea by many different pirates.
Oh my God.
Lydia also met a lady who left together with her, but on different boats.
I didn't know anything, so I say, man, we were so unlucky because we got robbed like 3 times and blah, blah, blah. And I was complaining. So, and then she say, that was it? And I say, yes. So how was your journey? And she say, we got robbed 8 times, robbed 8 times, and raped 8 times. And I say, what? So that was the time that I was really like, the danger there.
Rumor had it that these pirates were allowed specially from this and that government in order to scare the refugees so that they didn't keep coming out anymore and making problems for their country. Of course, they certainly came in so many hundreds of thousands. They don't have enough infrastructure so quickly, in such Asian countries.
Yes, Master.
And in Hong Kong, certainly they have some place to stay, but not every country at that time was rich like Hong Kong or so ready immediately like that. The Philippines also. At that time, it was still President Marcos, or at least the First Lady, Madame Imelda Marcos. After I met her, she said to me that she was the one who told the UN that her country would be ready to accept and to help the refugees. And she was the one who also tried personally instructed this and that area to build quick, simple shelters for the refugees. She's the one who opened Philippe door for you. She's the first one ever.
The Bataan refugee.
Yes. She built it in 20 days for 20,000 people.
20,000.
20 days.
Day and night work.
Yes.
Because the Vietnamese were coming in boats.
Yes.
And we were so scared because the typhoon and the sharks and the bad elements,
So they have to rush. She rushed them to build it in 20 days. The Bataan
refugee plant.
not many people know about this. Please tell us more. Please tell us.
Well,
We want everybody to know.
well, it so happened that I remember Ambassador Murphy at one time, and also the United Nations officials came one day to me and was so desperate because the people from Vietnam, especially South Vietnam, was getting out because there was so much violence, so much fighting, and so much people, killing. And so they were coming in boats and with hardly anything with them. And so what I did was when I heard this, and I said, okay, we will welcome them here. We will welcome them here. And so I asked how many of them in first batch, and it says maybe 1,000, and then maybe 2,000, and so on and so forth. So I was rushing the refugee camp, and I'm so glad that I was able to fit in everybody when we were able to put in a refugee camp for it's like 1,000. So I'm so happy I had the honor and the privilege to be able to welcome.
Oh, you're
fellow
compassionate.
human beings.
You are compassionate.
That's why I was very grateful to her. I gave her all the jewelry that I designed and had brought with me at that time.
Oh.
Everywhere I went, they just brought a lot of jewelry. And at that time, my clothing that I designed and all that to make me look good, look glamorous like a model so that they could sell more. They told me, they told me whatever I wear sells quickly and more than usual. So they kept making me wear this, wear that all the time. Yeah. I'm so small. I wore so many things, jewelry, they're heavy too. And whenever I went home after meeting or wearing for the public, I could not take all these things off quickly enough. I asked some of my helpers, whoever was nearby, please help me take this, I take that, you take this, take them all off quickly because I couldn't bear anything on my body that much. When I was younger, I was also like that. My mother gave me a lot of jewelry to wear on my ears, and my hands, and my neck, just in case, because we were in the war.
Yes, Master.
So she said, in case we get lost, cannot contact, then you sell this so you can survive. But I did sell, not because to survive, but to treat my friends, my classmates, and all that. I sold them stupidly because I didn't know how much they cost. So I sold them just like for whatever they say. I knew nothing. Yeah. And my mother scolded me so much. Said, wow, that costs a lot. You can't just sell like that. It's like 10% of it only. Oh my God.
Wow.
But then she gave me again and told me, promise not to sell. I said, I promised not to sell, but I didn't say I promised not to sell all, so I did sell some again. When you are young, you don't know the value of these things.
Yes, Master.
You don't appreciate that your parents work so hard to earn money and to save for you and to look after you. And you have your friends, they love you, they like you, and you want to treat them nicely and all that stuff.
Yes, Master.
So now, the reason, after the war in Vietnam, many millions of people tried to escape by different routes, especially by sea. And many die, and then even if they didn't die, sometimes they were raped and robbed, like the pirates just stole the earrings from their ears and left their ear broken and bleeding.
Wow.
Or took jewelry from their hands and broke their wrist, for example.
Oh my God.
Or raped the mother in front of the children, or the wife in front of the husband and all that.
We were repeatedly attacked by the Thai pirates that afternoon and late into the evening. One after another, the pirates, which were fishermen wearing sarongs and carry big knives, hammers or iron sticks, jumped from their boats to ours. The pirates shouted in language I didn't understand. Our boat was full of people, mostly elders, women and children. Young women and girls panicky put on multiple layers of clothes. They rubbed their face and hair with grease from the floor to make them look ugly. The pirates point knives and hammers to people's chest or neck. They searched our body and torn up our clothes. They searched ear, nose, mouth, hair, and even private parts. They empty oil and water containers. They even cut up rice bags to look for money and jewelry. They tossed all our belongings to their boats.
I heard all that story because I was visiting them, and I was also working for a couple of refugee camps and for the Red Cross, and I knew all these stories. And it was really terrible for me at that time. And then when they went to these refugee camps, of course they were looked after, but not all the refugee camps were the same.
Bullet của Indo nó học được mấy cái từ tiếng Việt á, nó bắt đầu nó tới giờ thí dụ như 3 giờ chiều nó đi từ phòng 1 nó tắm là nó thông báo vậy đó, thì mọi người cởi đồ ra bắt đầu ngồi bên dưới nền xi măng á, là đi ngang bắt đầu xịt phòng 1, xịt phòng 2, xịt phòng 3, xịt phòng 4, phòng 5, phòng 6 không? Thì trong cái lúc mà nó đi qua phòng khác thì phòng này á là ướt người rồi đó, thì ai có xà bông thì chà hay là ghét này kia đó, thì chút nữa nó đi lại nó sẽ xịt cho mình một lượt nữa để cho nó sạch. Nó càng đối xử ác với mình như vậy để làm gì? Để cho mình sợ, cho mình chán, cho mình mất hết tinh thần để cuối cùng phải đăng ký chấp nhận hồi hương về Việt Nam.
I went to some refugee camps and they just treated them like dirt. They made them sit on the floor and the High Commissioner sat on a high chair and questioning them no end, for example, like that. And I felt very ashamed, too ashamed to be a Vietnamese at that time. So anybody who asked me that question, I tried to avoid the answer. I try always to hide where I'm from. I was so ashamed, truly so ashamed to be a Vietnamese at that time. It took me long years after until I felt better. But to be honest with you, I still don't feel that better. I still don't feel completely good or proud to be a Vietnamese.
Yes, we understand, Master.
So that poor Days guy, he just opened the wound again. Poor guy, he's a good guy, yeah. You can see it when he was angry because I should have gone back to my husband. I don't care. He loves you. You love him. You must go back. He really put all his heart into my situation. He felt my situation was unjustified.
Yes, Master.
Anyway, so it's okay. That's it. I didn't ever see him again. And he said to me, okay, whenever you need a good car for anything, you can just come here and drive one and return it to me. You don't have to buy one.
Oh, wow.
Even the Rolls Royce or anything.
Wow.
He said, because you don't drive a lot, so what for do you buy a car?
Yes, indeed.
You just come here, take any car you want. Oh, here now, come, try this Lamborghini, try the Porsche. So the Rolls Royce, etc., you know. And okay, the Rolls Royce I kind of like because it's comfortable and the stick shift is very smooth. Yeah. And the car is very heavy, so when you drive, you feel very safe. But the Lamborghini, when I sat in it, I didn't see anything in front of me anymore. I said to him, how can I drive? I don't even see the road. And the same with the Porsche, almost, you know, because this kind of cars, they make it for sport driving, yeah, for men.
Yes.
Yes.
And the seat is very low. You can touch the road, you know, almost it feels that way. And I am too short. You know, when I sit in there, I'm lost. If you're outside, maybe you don't even see me inside the car, and I see nothing in the road at all. It's so funny, yeah. He said, okay, any car you want, you can come and drive day, 2 days, and return. You don't have to buy. Because I went there and tried to see which car I like to buy. Anyway, there was a very short date, not even a day. You know, it was just a few hours in the evening. Actually, afterwards, we still went eating, and he chose a vegan food for me and all that. Not too bad, yeah, boy. Not too bad. I told you, the people outside are very nice to me, although I do nothing for them. I even yelled at him, and he's still liking me. Yeah. So I had this kind of inferiority complex within me and the tiredness of repeating the same answer again and again and again. But that guy, it was not his fault. He just asked a normal question. It's just I'm not normal. I wasn't in a normal situation. I wasn't from a normal country.
Understand, Master.
And then I felt very ashamed already. I tried so hard to hide my identity all the time, anytime I could. And anybody who asked me that question, I fell out with them immediately. I went somewhere else, talked to somebody else who already knew me and didn't ask me that question again. But these people ask because they're interested, not because they're racist.
Yes, Master.
I told you, if that guy was racist, he wouldn't have invited me for a date and even offer me a free car anytime I want, any car.
Wow.
Even after the date was done already.
Understand.
Yes.
It's not like I promised him, okay, today was not very, we would go out again. No, I say, I'm not ready. I think I'm not ready. Sorry. He knew, okay? He knew it. That's why he got mad when I didn't go back to my ex-husband. Because he asked me, do you still love him? I said, yes, I do. And was it a good marriage? I said, it was excellent, not just good. That's why. And I said, does he still love you? I said, yes, for whatever his feelings. He asked me to go back to him, even though he already had a girlfriend. That's why he said, I don't care. Go. So I said, I cannot say I don't care about the girlfriend's feelings. I cannot hurt another person. And this time, on purpose, not because of idealism or going to find enlightenment and save the world and all that, even though it might sound naive, but that's what I was. I was really trying to save the world. That's why I left my husband to go to find some solution, some enlightenment like the Buddha did. That's what I thought. But now I'm already somehow enlightened. How can I go back and break somebody else's relationship and hurt somebody just to get my husband back? So afterward, he didn't shout, I don't care no more. I said, yeah, I understand. But it's a pity, he said. It's a pity. Love is hard to find. Such love is hard to find. I guess he was still heartbroken. His broken marriage left him heartbroken.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
If you are able, cut off all meat, shakar, sodrak, rang roll, vegetarian,